London, 286.
Obviously, Mr. Mikhaev coming up here with the knee bar. Never seen a knee bar that deep before in my life. And him to be able to escape from it and tap the guy out in the same round. It was the craziest thing I've seen. I don't know how somebody's knee could be bent up this way and he didn't tap. Honestly, it is insane. It is the grossest thing I've ever seen, but what a chad for not tapping, you know?
Yeah.
My word.
It was it was.
How
do you do stuff like that?
Yeah,
No,
like
no
say
idea.
in the interview afterwards, he said that he heard his knee popped like 4 times, and he was happy to let him tear his knee up. So yeah, what a mentality that is for a 22-year-old guy to be willing to have his knee ripped apart for the win. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty fucking crazy. But yeah, it was insane how you didn't tap from that and how you managed to hold your own for the rest of the round and then managed to get the submission after that as well. Yeah. That was insane.
That was class. Well, looking at obviously big win for him, right?
Oh, Big Gunner Nelson.
Big Gunner, yeah. Do you thought that at the beginning it was going to be his win or not?
I thought with the Nelson fight, it depends where the fight took place.
Yeah.
I think if it was going to stay standing up, I thought it would be Brian Barberena all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I thought if Nelson was to get it to the floor, it would be his bread and butter. He'd absolutely smoke him, and obviously, what did we see? Didn't stay on the feet for very long. Nelson took him down, established quite a dominant top control, and got a couple of strikes in, transition to the submission, and got the armbar.
Nelson did hit him quite a few times really hard. You could have seen it. It was just like, this is gonna go the wind is gonna go towards him.
Yeah.
You've seen it, but there was a few chances when you had Barberena going at him a bit as well.
Definitely.
I thought at one point there was a little bit of good contact between them both. But,
it definitely wasn't a one-sided fight, but as soon as Nelson got it to the floor, I was like, this fight's over. I didn't think Barberena would be able to last.
No. Definitely not.
Gunnar Nelson has such an insane jiu-jitsu credentials. He's fought the likes of Damian Maia, who's probably the most fucking decorated jiu-jitsu fighter we've had in the UFC. And he didn't win the fight, but it was a competitive jiu-jitsu match. So if you can do that with Damian Maia, you can hold your own on the ground against anybody.
100%.
With that said, I do worry about his striking. He's got a good karate stance. He's not a bad striker by any means. But the likes of that division, the welterweight division, there's some absolute killer strikers, and I do fear that his striking is not where it needs to be for the top of the division. But like I said, with that said, he could grapple anybody. I truly believe that. It doesn't matter who.
Oh, we've seen it, didn't we?
Who he fights against. I think if it goes to the floor, he'll be able to hold his own no matter what. Yeah. But insane performance, great comeback as well. To come back against the guy with Brian Barberena, who's tough as hell. He's beat so many legends, Robbie Lawler, Dos Anjos, there's another one I can't remember, apologies, but he's fought some many veterans of the sport, and to come back and beat him pretty decisively and meaning quickly,
He did do it,
Fair play to that. What's next for him,
Yeah, exactly.
Because Brian Barberena's ranked number 12. That's quite, especially in the welterweight.
It's quite there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a stacked division. So, is it going to be interesting to see where he goes from here? Could he make another run at the title?
You never know.
We'll have to see,
Yeah, definitely something to look forward to, isn't it? If he makes that decision and goes for it, definitely vouch for him to have another win on his. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it's just good to see him back. I know, obviously, that's McGregor's teammate. I thought I was going to see McGregor there last night, but didn't happen.
No, he's still preparing himself for his biggest UFC comeback, as we all know.
Yeah, that's it. The old tough stint.
Yeah.
I'm hearing a little bit of rumours. There's a bit of beef going on between them. It's like what did McGregor said on the Ariel Helwani show? He said it's competitive beef, There's a bit of beef, but there's no real hatred, but it's just competitive.
Just a little bit of beef to start it all up, get a bit excited, get the public going to see what's happening, isn't it?
That's it.
Everyone I've actually seen on McGregor's Instagram, he posted obviously a picture of him from I think 2012 to about now. So obviously, a few years difference, right? And all the people were commenting, oh, he's been taking this, that, and everything. Like, he looks so much older.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, he does, because it's 9-10 years later. Which he will, right? He will age a little bit, but he's still in pretty good shape. I feel obviously what he's done after his injury. I think on that base, that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, fair play to that. Like you said, he is older. Since he shaved off the beard, his face is looking a bit weathered. Do you know what I mean? Bit weathered, but he's getting he's not getting on a bit, but in terms of like fighting wise, pushing it, coming to the end. Do you know what I mean? So, like you say, he's getting a bit older, but it's going to be a great comeback for sure. He's always gonna bring it. He's always gonna bring something special. When McGregor fights, it's like no other. Do you know what I mean? It's like no other combat athlete in the world.
He's an entertainer at the end of the day, isn't he?
He brings a different atmosphere.
Yeah.
When McGregor's fighting, the whole thing feels different.
Yeah, the whole crowd, the whole atmosphere, everything is just, everyone is just watching, staring at what he's going to do.
Even the production leading up to it, I feel like it just gives it that like next level of magnitude. You know what I mean?
100%.
Like the UFC embeddeds and stuff, like just a different feel when you've got Conor on there.
I do.
Regardless of who he's fighting, he's always going to bring something special. He's always going to do a million pay-per-view fights. You know what I mean? No matter what. Crazy, can't wait for that. But yeah. Anyway, props to Gunnar Nelson. He done fucking well.
Well done, sir.
Great comeback against a tough guy. Fair fucking play.
Yeah.
Fair play. So we're talking about the co-main event. Yeah. Fiziev, Justin Gaethje.
Oof. I will start this. I wasn't expecting for the fight to go that hard. What I mean by that is the punches that they were throwing. Fiziev, literally, he was bloodied up. Towards the end, he was just like
cut up,
been hit.
Cut up and everything.
It was one of the most, for my eyes, very exciting fight. I really enjoyed that. I've enjoyed every second of every single round. It was just, there was always something there, either a hook there or a punch there or a kick there. You've seen the power in both fighters.
Definitely.
They definitely have some strength behind them. But then obviously the clear winner was.
Yeah. Well, I think it was close. I think it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
I think Gaethje secured it in the last moment. I thought with the uppercuts, he's using his jab very well in the third round, and obviously got the little takedown at the end. Everyone's been saying leading up to the fight,
just a bit of a cherry.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Everyone's been leading up to the fight saying, he's never scored a takedown in the UFC, but he's only had one attempt. Do you know what I mean? Because he just scraps, as we saw. So yeah, he got that in the end. It's a nice little cherry on the top, but crazy fight.
Yeah.
The thing that stood out to me the most was Fiziev's speed.
Yeah.
I knew he was quick.
He is electric.
Oh my god, it was lightning quick. You can't see the kicks, you just hear them, just little whips. You know what I mean? Honestly, that was always going to be a crazy fight. When you've got Justin Gaethje, 11 UFC fights, 11 performance bonuses. Every fight he's got 50k bonus, either because he's got knockout of the night, fight of the night, performance of the night.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed put him up with a guy who's got the credentials of Fiziev, trained at Muay Thai, Tiger Muay Thai in the Philippines, I believe. One of the, if not the most decorated school of Muay Thai. So, you pair them two up, it's gonna be a clash no matter what. And boy, did that fucking deliver! Did that deliver!
Yeah, definitely.
You can't get a boring Gaethje fight, and he had to fight.
Oh yeah.
Fiziev brought it to him. I thought it was clearly Fiziev's first round. It was the thing is with Fiziev is he doesn't have a head coach. I feel like somebody may need to be his head coach and really hone down on his fighting tactics. Yeah. He has like a manager who is in his corner and stuff like that. But I feel like he really needs that one person.
Extra bit of guidance just to finesse
to hone that down. Yeah. Not to say that, like I said, he could have won the fight. I wouldn't have been mad if he did win the fight, but I just think if he had that little bit of extra support there, he might have had that. Maybe might have had that edge to, just a bit more experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it felt like the fight, in my eyes, there was always, every second there was something going on. There wasn't enough time to actually have a break and have a breather, because normally in a fight you can see when obviously the fighters are just walking around, obviously feeling each other out. Yeah. There was nothing like that. Obviously the first 10-15 seconds of it, and then it just went hard at it, and they were just literally at each other.
Definitely. the way those two traded punches, like you said, and they put everything into every single shot.
Yeah.
It was just constant hooks, jabs. Do you know what I mean? It was just...
And it was a very precise fight as well. There wasn't a lot of hooks or any punches that were missed as much as you actually noticed. No. They were actually at each other.
Landing, that's what I mean. The pressure by both of them was constant. It was insane. You know, fights like that, that's what you pay to see. That's what you want as your main event, co-main event. Matchups like that is always going to be a guaranteed banger. Like I say, fucking Justin Gaethje really is something special.
He did deserve it, though. I think, obviously, you know, with how the fight went and how it was. Yeah, I know at the end, obviously, we saw both fighters, you know, hands up in the air, thinking, you know, who's going to win. They both thought they were winners, but actually, Justin, you know, had a bit of a leap on that and actually delivered. So well done for him.
Yeah, fucking massive props to that. Like I say, the thing is, both fighters' stocks went up. Do you know what I mean? Fiziev really showed how elite he was to be able to, you know, some people might, I haven't really been checking, but some people might have thought he won the fight. I wouldn't have been mad if they give it to him. He showed how elite he is. Do you know what I mean? He is up there with the very top of the division. I know he's ranked 6, which is still fucking so impressive, but you know, number 3, Justin Gaethje, and you do that well, almost beat him. Do you know what I mean? You're fucking established. Do you know what I mean? So massive things are going to come for him as well. Do you know what I mean? You know, fights like that, you just win fans over. They're going to support you no matter what. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, massive credit to that.
Bigger and better for him as well, actually, because when you think about it, you know, he won such a good fight. He won it. He actually showed that he's capable of delivering more and doing more.
Yeah.
I feel like for Justin, there's going to be a lot more out there for him because he's currently at that age where he's still got plenty in him.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, he has. But he said at the end of the fight, he said he has got too many left. Is what he said. So that the problem is that he's had so many wars early on in his career. He's took a lot of damage early on. Obviously, the new Justin Gaethje with Sin, he's a lot more calmer. He still brings the chaos, as we saw. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he won't just go out on his shield anymore. He's a lot more calm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he said he hasn't got too many left. But he said he's going to have another run at the title. Do you know what I mean? Fair play. Ranked number 3, maybe 2 or 3 more fights.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And
quality fights because we want some proper good fights.
Yeah. That's the thing. You know, he's on. I believe he's on a win streak. Obviously, he lost to Khabib, but he's got some great fights ahead of him. Like I say, Dustin Poirier rematch is right there for him.
Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib ain't coming back. Maybe Makayev though. He can fight Makayev. Yeah. Thing is though, people are going to think that's going to be a similar story. Do you know what I mean? It depends what Makayev decides to do. If he wants to stand and
it's going to be a tough one for him.
Taken down. It's not fun to get taken down by guys like that. But like you say, he's got nothing but good things in front of him now. He's done very well.
Yeah.
Final run at the title, 2 or 3 more fights, and we will see the end of Justin Gaethje. But what a career he's had. His nickname's the highlight reel for a reason. He brings it every single time.
Every single time, yeah.
I believe he's the type of guy to have, like I say, he's had 11 fights, 11 bonuses. He's going to have 13, 14 fights, 14 bonuses. He's going to bring it no matter what. And he came from a different organisation. To bring him in, he's done fantastic. He couldn't have had a better career. I know he's had his ups and downs, but every time he won the fans over. Do you know what I mean? So he's got nothing but great things in front of him. Yeah. That's going to be a quality career. And like I say, Fiziev is still young. Do you know what I mean? He's 30. Do you know what I mean? He's still got 4 years in his prime.
4 or 5
he's in his prime
years.
Now, essentially. Do you know what I mean?
And we actually seen that prime yesterday as well. The skill and everything in the ring.
Why are they wearing the bloody massive costumes? Put a bottle on that. Do you know what I mean? Show the bottle, whatever. But you got them 2 dancing and boxing in the costume. I think that's a bit
too much.
Bit sad. Whatever, in that man. It's just. It is what it is.
It is, right?
Yeah, what can I do? It's fucking. But yeah, that's going to be a good fight next weekend. Vera versus Sandhagen.
There we go.
We'll touch on that later.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking, that's going to be a quality one.
This is done.
The main event. Usman versus Edwards, number 3.
We got split opinions on
this. We have got split opinions.
We're going to make this episode so good. We got split opinions on this.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to
go first?
I'll go first. I don't think it was that close. I might be biased, right? Because obviously being a Brit in the O2, us Brits have a tendency to be biased. I'm not going to lie, it does happen. But it's because we're now bursting onto the MMA scene. From what I can remember last night, I think Leon fought the perfect fight. I don't think it's as close as people remember. Yes, Usman got 5 minutes of control time. But what did he do with the control time? I don't think he done nothing. I didn't see no damage. I didn't see, say if he had him up against the cage, he wasn't constantly throwing strikes. It was kind of just holding him there.
Yeah.
I know that's still control time, but in a high caliber fight like that, you've got to take everything into account. He didn't do any damage in those moments, you know. I think Leon hurt him quite a few times with the knees inside the clinch, you know. Obviously, it wasn't that one-sided. Let me get that straight. It wasn't a one-sided fight in terms of in the rounds, right? But I think Leon won 4 rounds. To be honest, I think he won every round except for the round he got the pointed up from the fence grab.
Yeah.
Fair play. That was a bad fence grab. It literally stopped him getting a takedown. Stopped Kamaru getting a takedown. So fair play to that. But yeah, I think Leon won 4 rounds.
Right. So, this is from my side. Yeah, I will on some parts agree with you how the fight went. Yeah, well done to him. Absolutely fine. Another Brit who was obviously delivered.
Yeah.
The boy from Birmingham. Absolutely I'm giving him props all the way. Yeah, I never doubted him once. But I felt like for I wouldn't say most of the fight, but at least for half of the fight, he had Usman on him. What I mean by that is he was quite close contact. There was punches being thrown. You know, there was kind of grabbed him. You know, there was a bit of close contact and stuff like that. I felt like there was a bit more control from him, and obviously to the point that Edwards got onto obviously defense and he held on to him.
Yeah,
he could have thrown more punches just before. I think the ref stepped in. Right, there was a couple of incidents when obviously ref did step in and obviously he put a timeout and obviously he did have to speak to both of the fighters. More times it was actually Edwards that he had to control because of the nut kick as well, which was one of those I was a bit like, whoa, you should know a little bit better. But then towards the end of the fight you could see that Edwards, I think because of Usman's obviously throwing all the punches and then maybe getting a little bit tired, I think Edwards took that as an advantage and actually was in control more. So I'll props to him, and again I agree with the fight goes to him, but I just felt like there could have been a bit more at the beginning from Edwards to showcase, if you know what I mean, because it was Usman,
I get where you're coming from. I feel like Leon was maybe not coasting towards the end, but I feel like he felt like he won the first 2. Obviously the 3 was a bit sketchy because of the point. Like I said, I think he won the round, even though he got the point deducted. I think that round could be scored a draw. But I'd have to rewatch it. But from what I can remember, Leon was landing all the damage. All the big moments were Leon. Usman had the octagon control, but I don't think octagon control should be taken into account in terms of scoring the fight. And I mean that in a way, like there's so many fighters that use the outside of the octagon to their advantage. That's how they fight. Like Stephen Thompson, he's all about movement. Do you know what I mean? There's so many fighters that are constantly just circling and they use that to their advantage. I don't get how somebody could just stand in the middle of the octagon and they see that as winning the fight or that's a dominant thing. Because there's so many fighters that don't like to stand in the pocket and stand in the feet. They're constantly in and out, circling, using the cage. So to me, I don't see that as as that much of a dominant thing. To me, Usman looked very flat-footed. He was just plodding forward. And the reason why he's got the octagon control is because he's more powerful. Do you know what I mean? He's got more power than Leon. So Leon isn't really going to want to stand there and just trade in the middle of the octagon. Do you know what I mean? He's got to be on his bike, constantly moving. But if he's avoiding shots, he's winning the fight. Do you know what I mean? I don't see that as a massive factor in it. I think pressure is a different thing. When they're constantly putting pressure on, but centre of the octagon sort of thing, I don't buy into it, man. That's not winning a fight, but
I think there was a bit of pressure put in for Usman at some point of the fight. Obviously, there was a couple of chances, which I'll, kudos to him. But it was, Usman, he did have control. So, throughout maybe the 3rd round, there was a few punches thrown and there was a bit more control. But nonetheless, Edwards, I think he took the advantage of that and he literally just smoked him right at the end, right? Like you said about the cage control. One fighter that I remember from back in the day that used to be, really in control of that was Mr. Silva. Between 2006, 2013, you literally, there was no one better than him, right?
Nah, he was all over it. All over it.
And I will say this, Usman looked a little bit, or he tried to replicate him as well. I've seen him a couple of times when you compare the both fighters. I was a bit like, he's just trying to be as him. But you can't a little bit, but you can't be him. There was only one Silva, and there will be only one Silva ever again. You know, no one's gonna like copy him whatsoever. Same goes for Conor McGregor.
Yeah, it's impossible.
You know, there's only one Conor McGregor, mate. Whatever the fighters are doing and how they react after the fight, whatever, it's just gonna look stupid, right?
Yeah.
So for me, from that last fight, it didn't look as good. You know, again, 100% Edwards won the fight, and I 100% agree because I wanted that outcome as well.
Yeah.
But I think there were parts of the fight when I was a bit like, Usman, you know, he did challenge, you know, Edwards a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't think I'm probably making it sound so one-sided. It wasn't that one-sided, but to me, like, Leon was the clear victor. I don't think Usman done nearly enough to beat Leon Edwards that last night. I think Usman looked a bit sloppy. I feel like when he was launching his right cross, I feel like he was trying to follow where Leon Edwards was not where he was gonna be. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like when he was throwing that right cross, he was kind of like follow. This is what I mean. This is what I mean about octagon control. You've got him like constantly throwing big like right straights, and Leon's just like not there to be hit. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, he got clipped a few times, but you know he's mainly just moving out of the way of that, and I think that's better than standing there throwing it.
Yeah.
Is the one dodging. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In terms of every now and then, if somebody's got that much volume, it's a bit different. But that's what I mean. Like, I don't think Usman done enough damage, had enough activity to, you know, dethrone the champion. Do you know what I mean? Especially the way the last fight happened. Leon Edwards knocked him out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's something you expect to be done. I expected Usman to be a bit more aggressive, push it on him a bit more than he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had octagon control, but it wasn't crazy pressure.
No,
do you know what I mean?
Not.
He wasn't grinding him down and stuff like that, which I think that's what I was expecting. But not everyone can come back from a knockout loss. Some people, it's always going to be in the back of their mind constantly. Exactly. Some people can. It's happened before. Some people come back way better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But more often than not, the knee bar. There you go. Look at that. Look at his knee. Oh my god.
Yeah.
How did you get out of that, mate? Oh my god, that's crazy. But you know, going back to the Leon Edwards fight, I don't think Usman done enough. I think Leon looked fantastic. He fought the perfect fight. Yeah, I just don't think Kamaru had the drive, the what's the word? The confidence. I don't think he had the confidence to be as aggressive as he should have been.
Yeah.
I feel like you say, in the back of his mind, he just had, you know, don't get head kicked, don't get head kicked.
Yeah.
And the thing is with Leon, in this fight, he was constantly kicking his legs, constantly kicking the body, because he's going to set up the head kick. Of course he was. You know. Yeah, I just don't think Usman done enough to win it, and I think Usman, like I say, Leon landed so many more big strikes. You know, more strikes from what it looked like. Yeah, I don't think it was too close, but I'd have to rewatch it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think it's it was close enough, but yeah, to me, Leon was the clear victor.
Right, so nonetheless, I think this weekend just gone. Obviously, we are currently in this weekend because it's a Sunday when we're recording this. For all of you who want to know when we do this, it's been a great Saturday. I think exciting fights, a lot of good fights. It just shows the potential for all the fighters that we obviously discussed on here. You can see how many more good fights we can see in the future for all those fighters. I think for me, the key one was Fiziev. I think he's got a lot in his tank as well for the future. Definitely. 100%. I look forward to seeing him in more fights. Yeah,
he's going to be about for a while. He's not going anywhere. Like I say, you put a performance on like that, your credentials are there. Do you know what I mean? He's going to be. He got this. He's going to be sticking around, man. Fair play to that. But yeah, fantastic weekend of fights.
Absolutely.
You know, big things leading forward for everybody. Even Kamaru Usman. You know, he's going to have some potential good fights. Chimaev is there. You've got Shavkat Rakhmonov. Massive things on the way, you know. So
100%.
There you go.
Right, off to the next one.
Episode 10. Hope you enjoyed.
See you on the next one, guys.